I saw a post in one of this Christian group, uh, one of these Christian groups, which says, "Hey, atheism is on the way," and that presupposes to me that if atheism is in the way, then you are absolutely sure of what other way there is. So, just a discussion. Uh, the title is not mine. In case you rushed in to want to yell at me, from statistics, um, verified, by my statistics, it does appear 3 out of every SJW is atheist. At least from what I see online, more and more SJWs are turning to atheism, and I don't have a problem with that. And the only problem I have is some of these atheists being too bitter, arrogant, and who want to shout down those who believe in other things. They see themselves as being smartest. Majority of the atheists I've had to deal with online, they come across as very arrogant. They come across as people or who have a cult of their own called atheism. But they claim that atheism is just a non-belief in God. A number of persons will continue to tell me that. All right, but you can make cult out of anything. You can make a cult out of anything. As much as that is true, but you see the way some of those people discuss atheism, you don't understand. Like this guy Neil deGrasse Tyson had said in one of his videos that if you don't ski, then why must you talk about the fact that you don't ski? All right, if you don't believe in God, uh, or if atheism is just not believing God, then why must you continue to talk about the fact that you don't believe? Because they just say atheism. Well, that's a subject for another day. But um, atheists and their viewpoints and all of that is not something I uh, sweep. Their argument is not something I sweep under the carpet. They make very, very valid point. As much as I lean towards Christianity, I must say that at the time I flirted with atheism, in my bewilderment, I had concluded there is no God, and as I'm not even too sure of the position of God in my life right now, but I do not, I'm not able to dismiss the existence of a supernatural force or element somewhere. I believe that nature's diversity and the complexity I see around me couldn't just have popped up from nowhere. I don't know if it is put there by the God of the Bible. I'm not making argument for that. I just like, oh, I feel comfortable being identifying myself as a Christian. I want to identify as a Christian, not because I'm absolutely convinced, like I'm dead sure that this is the way, but that's gonna be my peak at the moment. You understand what I'm saying? And uh, also want to say, from the title, atheism is not the way, as I read in that post on Facebook. Those proponents of theism, they also want to be absolutely sure that the way they're going the track that they're on right now is absolute, like they're so sure. Who is really sure? Because there are arguments that you will bring up with this, and at the time you see things don't add up. It begins to break down at a certain point, and you are going to need faith to, like, oh, well, I don't know it all. I just have faith that, God must have had a reason to build this whole narrative like this. I don't know it all. No, so you will resort to faith, which is essentially what Christianity is about. You've got to have faith in those things that you are not able to see, that you don't believe yet. But you are just going to trust that it's going to be true. Something like that. I cannot even explain it. Um, So what am I really saying? Just having a conversation to let my Christian folks understand that we should be tolerant of each other. You know, be open to conversation with people who don't believe in God. You want to entertain or some very hard, tough questions. You should be able to provide answers to very, very difficult questions if you are a Christian, and be able to do that without animosity, without uh, um, resorting to name calling, like, hey, you lost. Thank God I found Christ and all of that, because you never know. There's this friend of mine who had been a Christian when he left the organization. He wanted to really be, in one of his videos, I remember that video where he said Jesus was the way, that we all should turn to Christ and all that. A few years down the line, you see this same guy, beginning to question this Jesus, and he made the point that, he was open um, to the way of to the way of to the Christian way, I should say, and that along the lines, you know, certain things didn't just add up, and he began to question more, and he began to navigate and search until he decided that, oh, I don't think there is a God, or this Jesus, or the narrative, or the Bible is false, and all of that. Okay, so he really wanted to be the same thing with somebody who has written books on atheism, debunking Christianity, turns around to say, hey, I got it wrong all this why, you know, retraces stuff, is now a Christian. We don't really know, brother. We don't know, do we? I'll be happy if you are Christian, to convince me absolutely that Christianity is the way. And if you're atheist, you want to let me know why you think that all of these things you see, even if you do not believe in the God of the Bible, that all of these things around you just popped out of nowhere. No, we can have a nice conversation. We keep talking about it. Who knows? Maybe the answers are lurking around somewhere. But until then, Wesley would never stop asking questions. Whether you're atheist or theist or whatever you are, be rest assured that you and I are gonna be friends forever. SJ, oh, Wesley's Africa TV. All right, see you soon.